And we're live. Everyone joining us, I'm Joel Fetter with the Car Connection. And behind me is the 2017 Honda CR-V. And we're going to take a quick walk around, walk through some of the features, talk about driving, and answer any of your questions should you have any. So thank you. I see people joining us. Thank you. Thank you. Again, happy Friday. 5 o'clock somewhere, right? Joel Fetter with the Car Connection. Behind me is the new 2017 Honda CR-V. We're going to do a quick walk around and do some Q&A. So put your questions in the comments right now as we go along. It's a little windy, so hope you can hear me all right. Put your questions in the comments as we walk along and them as we go along. So 2017 Honda CR-V, this is new for this year. It's really evolving their style and design direction, obviously. Pilot came before this. A lot of chrome. This is the touring model, which means it's pretty much fully loaded. We're missing a few options, but fully loaded. Up front, we got some nice chrome accents down here. A lot of chrome around the grille. LED daytime running lights right here, kind of like eyeliner. Those are fully LED headlights, which actually are really pretty good. We've been using them at night and they look pretty good. Light up the road. Moving along, we have 18-inch alloy wheels on this touring model. They are painted black with machined aluminum accents. I don't personally love them. I could do without the black. Frankly, I could do without the spinny part. I think that the new CR-V has some better wheel options, but this is what comes standard on the touring. There are other options for the touring. That's one of the upgrades I mentioned we don't have. Nice chrome accent strip right here. Some interesting body lines. So you've got a strong character line down the side. You've got this line right here that kind of goes down and then dips down. So that kind of brings it down a little. And then over here, we have another scallop here that kind of goes into the body. And that accents, you can't really see it on video, I'm sure, but this actually, not only is it flat, but it kind of goes in a little. It's a little indented. So some interesting shapes on this car in the metal. Full chrome around the cabin. Window line kicks up. This is very similar to what you'll find on the larger Pilot. And now in the rear, like the front, this is where things get interesting again, because on the rear, you've got, they're almost, someone actually told me they look very Volvo-esque. These taillights look Volvo-esque. I can see it, they can see the Volvo shape in that. You got a strong chrome trim along the rear and the middle. These are LED taillights up there. Chrome dual exhaust back here. Very, very important to note here, this is a very low liftover height. So here, this is my knee. My knee, I'm 5'10". My knee is literally the height of the rear bumper liftover. So it's actually hands-free liftgate. Although I'm not sure, it's not working right now, probably because the car's running. But if you look how low liftover height is for this cargo area. That's fantastic if you're lifting heavy items or large bulky items into this cargo area. You also do have, over here, full-size spare. Oops. Went down a little too hard. There we go. Right there. So, and then you got some storage bins over here on the sides. This one has a cargo cover. Pull that over. You have cargo cover right there. And then you have really nice handy latch releases right here. You pull this and that'll fold the seat forward. So that's really nice. Micah's saying this is a large donut. You know what? Micah's right. Good call, Micah. I looked too quickly. Micah is correct. This is not a full-size spare. That's a very large donut. Good call, Micah. Moving quickly. But like I said, these are quick releases right here for the rear seat. That's really nice. Now also here, I'll show you this. So if you push and hold this, I don't know if you can read that, push and hold, it'll set the height to which you can move this up and down. So if you're a shorter driver, you can have this go up, push and hold it where you want to stop, and that will be the new stopping height. So that's kind of cool. You have that on some other vehicles as well, but this actually, you can set it basically to anywhere you want. We'll put that back down. Osvaldo makes a good point. This does look a lot like the new XC60 from Volvo. Again, some Volvo characteristics here with those tail lights. Moving around, we have integrated turn signals right here. And then some sculpting on the hood. gonna pop the hood for you real quick. Things get interesting again. Honda's doing some interesting things with the powertrain department lately. Mainly, we're going turbo. So that's where things are interesting under the hood. Pop the hood for you. Small 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. You see, it really just doesn't take up much room, you know? It's pretty small. 1.5 liter turbo 4. Not even 2 liters. 1.5. Here, hang on. I'll put the thing up for you, so I can walk around and show you some things under here. Alright, so if you look how much room we have. You see the ground down here? The transmission down here, but you can see the ground. This engine is tiny. 1.5 liter turbo. It's a very tiny engine. I know you're wondering power output. I actually don't have a spec sheet on me right now, so I don't want to quote you power outputs that are wrong, but of course we have a full review with all the power outputs and everything on thecarconnection.com right now. I'm going to close the hood. So, Wakas is talking about the lights. I like these lights a lot too. Here, let me turn them on. They're fully LED, like I said. Put on the lights. So these are the full LED headlights you get going on. And then of course, that side will light up when you turn on the high beams. That noise you hear, Osvaldo was talking about how noisy the engine. That tick 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 tick, the tick 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 is the direct injection. Back here, so very spacious rear seat. This is setup that is a rear-facing convertible car seat for my 1-year-old, and that is a high-backed 5-point booster for my 3-year-old. So you can see this seat is for me, 5'10". This seat's matching it right now, and then that's how much room you have between the rear-facing convertible car seat right now. Tyler's talking about the automatic high beams. I don't have those turned on right now, but yeah, I mean, yes. So this seat, something to note though, is not on rails. So sometimes some of the convertible, some of the competitors have a bar right here. You can slide this forward and aft. Cannot slide that forward and aft, so you're not going to be moving those back and forth. Davis Adams from Honda has joined us. I'm pretty sure he's on vacation in Paris, so welcome, Davis. Thanks for joining us. Lovely to have you here. In the rear seat, we have air vents, and then we also have two, not one, two 2.5 amp USB ports back here. That's a really nice touch, so you can power your iPads and such on the road trip, keep the kiddos happy. We do not have pockets on the back of the seats on the driver's side, but on the rear, the passenger side, we do. So keep that in mind. Nice door panels. I like contrasting. You got like black. This is silver gray. You got black. You got some nice trim right here. This is nice looking for the trim. I mean, it's not actually real wood, I'm pretty sure, but it's nice looking. Tyler brings up the fact there's air vents under the rear seats. Bonjour, Davis. Como está? Pretty sure that's French. Can it recline? Great question by who asked that. Wakas asked that. Can it recline? So it doesn't actually have a recline thing right here, but there is the release right here to put it backwards. But it doesn't have like you know, you would talk about a recline release right here. Moving along, inside, these seats. I had to talk to you about these for a second. These seats actually look really nice. They're not just comfortable, they look nice. You got some intricate details here with all the stitching. Now these are ventilated seats. They're not heated and cooled, they're heated, but they're ventilated because it's the touring, and they actually just look really nice. You got the lumbar, forward and aft, cup holder, automatic in the front for the windows. Got 1-2 settings for your power seats, for your memory settings. Now, this isn't real stitching, of course, but you can see these door panels have some nice fake stitching for some detailing. It's nice. Inside, I'll give you a wide shot of the dashboard. Inside, dashboard is evolutionary on the last CR-V, but it looks nice. So, one of the things I'm going to talk about real quick is this infotainment screen. The thing is, a lot of competitors, they're just slapping it up here like a tablet, right? And that's going to look horrible in a couple years. This isn't integrated where it's inset into the dash, but it actually is still nice because while it floats a little above the dash, it's not like they just slapped a tablet on this, and that's kind of nice. So I like how they did this. Also, Very Jaguar Land Rover-esque, especially with the new ones coming out. These are touch-sensitive buttons, but praise whoever you praise, we have a volume button. I know, this is sad that we're talking about this, but guys, we have a volume button. It's a real knob. This is a thing right now. This is a big deal. Anyway, some great questions coming in. Wakas asking about the wood trim. I don't have a window sticker for this car. Davis, there is no window sticker for this car. I am pretty confident this is not real wood trim. It looks nice. It feels nice. I'm pretty sure it's not wood trim. Facial, I'm sure I butchered that name. Asking about collision prevention technology. Does it have it? Yes, it does. There's a lot of sensors. Not very good angle here. A lot of sensors up here. We've got some here we go. We've got your sensing systems. We have lane departure warning and road mitigation right there, on and off. We have your see if I can turn it off to show you. There we go. Collision mitigation braking system off. Of course, I'm gonna turn that back on because that'd be silly not to have that. There we go, back on. So yes, Timothy's asking a question about Bluetooth. It does have Bluetooth, of course. I can show you. You can go back here, go to home. This is your menu, of course. And actually, by the way, you can slide over. It's kind of nice. So when I install all your apps on your car, which you probably never do, you could. Davis is confirming it is faux wood, fake wood, and he's giving me a price tag. Price for touring comparable to the last car, around 34 grand, loaded with all-wheel drive. And this is loaded with all-wheel drive without the optional wheels, so we're about $34,000. Isn't it great that Davis Adams from Honda is checking in with us from his vacation in Paris? Thank you, Davis. So, asking about Bluetooth. We do have Bluetooth. We're hooked up to my phone right now. I didn't put anything in here, but you know, you can do your call history and all that stuff. You can stream audio from your phone, of course. We also have apps. I'm sure Davis would love me to talk about those. We have your app list. You can add those. You can download apps and all that stuff. There's widgets. I'm always honest. We are an honest review outlet, Davis Adams. Don't even question. So anyway, we have apps. You can do. You can download some apps. There's Pandora. There's Aha Radio. Honda Link, which means you can do like you can check the service on your phone and when you last did your oil changes and all that. But Tyler's talking about Bluetooth and backup is standard. That is correct. We have a backup camera. I'll show you that. You can change the viewpoints on it, of course. The angle of the camera. We're more on the wide view. We like the wide view angle. So, and then there is Bluetooth as well. You can't download apps. Tyler, who I'm assuming works for a Honda dealership, by the way, basically the apps, which are the comments, which we totally appreciate and we're welcome. It does say downloads, by the way, so that's a little misleading if you really can't download. Just throwing that out there. If you can't download apps, that's a little misleading. Going back anyway, dual climate control, automatic, right here. Auto, we have it synced up. Heated seats, not cooled. Transmission, this is a CVT, continuously variable transmission. And Jake, we're very honest, bluntly honest, to the fact that I'll tell you I don't like CVTs, but this is a good CVT. If you're gonna have a CVT, this is a good CVT. Honda's really on a roll with those. The Accord Sport and the Accord have a great CVT. This new CRV has a great CVT. Over here in the gauge cluster, we have a digital screen right here, and then you can do, of course, change the view here. You can change what you're seeing, of course. What makes it better? I'm assuming Micah is asking the question about what makes it better in terms of the transmission. Great question, Micah. So if you've ever driven, say, a Nissan Xtronic, that's their term for their CVT, that CVT, when you drive it, it really tries hard to be a normal torque converter transmission where it has shift points and it acts like a normal torque converter transmission. The issue is it's not a normal torque converter transmission. So don't fake it, because the reality is it kind of seems stupid. Because what happens is it sits up there and it revs and goes ding 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 ding, and it's not. It sounds terrible. It's just not tuned really well, especially in a lot of Nissans. But this is tuned really well. It has a lot of torque feel off the line. It doesn't sit there and hang when if you put your foot to the floor, if you put the throttle all the way down, it doesn't sit there and go bing like you would associate with a CVT. Subaru is also doing a good job with CVTs, but Honda's among our favorites when it comes to CVTs at the moment. again, this is a caveat. We're not huge CVT fans. I prefer a torque converter, a dual clutch, or a manual, but in the application, this is a good transmission that does not bother me or make me angry, which is a feat in itself. Brandon is talking about how it's a sharp interior. It really does. We're big fans. Dean Corey, it does have all-wheel drive. So back to the gauge cluster here. So this is kind of a cool gauge cluster, and there's some real civicness to this if you've been in the new Civic. So you've got like this your temperature control over here for your coolant, and it's electronic. So you've got like your high and your low, and then it just puts a line in there. And then you also have your gauge cluster over here for your gas. As you can see, it's not focusing very well, of course. There we go. So it's kind of cool. It's very reminiscent of the Civic. In fact, if you've been in the new Civic, you'll recognize the steering wheel. It's a very nice diameter. I like the thickness. I like the cutouts for your fingers. You know what's interesting is in the Civic, originally I didn't like this. But in the CR-V, it's actually pretty good. So this is, I'm literally just lightly touching it to move the radio up and down. So it's actually kind of cool. Now you can push plus minus, you can push it as a button, but it's touch sensitive as well, and you just scroll up and down. That's kind of cool. I like that. And then also you've got, they're clear, but they're actually buttons. You just push them. These are not touch sensitive. The only thing that's touch sensitive is this. This is touch sensitive, nothing else is. And there's no touch sensitive stuff over here as well. This is your button for your, it's not gonna work right here, lane keeping. Fuel economy, Walkus is asking. So you'll get over 30 miles per gallon on the highway, EPA. We have been averaging, let me see if I can pull that fuel economy display up for you. Come on, pull up. We've averaged 21.9 miles per gallon. Now granted, we've also lost like 2 miles per gallon just sitting here. Not exactly a great show of, but you'll average in the mid-20s around town, which is what we've been doing. It's also 40 degrees here, and it was much colder earlier than a week, so that's not been helping things, of course. Up here, we have power outlet. And then down here, we have 2 USB ports, 1.5 and a 1 amp, and a power outlet as well. Got 2 cup holders. So this is kind of nice. If you're shorter, your armrest slides forward. That's nice. And of course, you got a cubby. Great question on the adaptive cruise control. You know, I actually haven't seen adaptive cruise control in this car. Just kidding. Psych. Adaptive cruise control right there. Just kidding, keeping you on your toes. Brandon, wireless charging. There is no wireless charging in this car. No. Just keeping you guys on the toes on the wireless, the adaptive cruise control. It's right there. And also, someone actually asked earlier, we have automatic windshield wipers right here. We have auto, again, loaded, touring. Davis is telling us the slider can be flipped, taken, pulled out, flipped over, and placed into the console cubby. If I break the car, it's on Davis. He's watching this. Boom. Davis for the win. Pull this out. Mega storage. I'm pretty sure that's the Honda official term. Mega storage. I'm really glad I got you, Jake. I'm crazy like that. So, Davis just taught us you can pull this out. Aaron Cole joined us. Welcome, Aaron. So, one of the other things, mega storage. It's a Honda term, by the way. So, we do like this dashboard a lot. You've got different cut lines. It's very horizontally laid out. It's low. Got really good visibility. One of the things I will note, these pillars, the base of the pillars down here, a little thick. Just saying that. Rick, it does not have a heated steering wheel. Davis, go enjoy your vacation. Enjoy Paris. Eat something good. Have a great trip, my friend. Thanks for joining us. Rick, no heated steering wheel, but we do have electronic parking brake. Over here, by the way, we have an economy button. This will basically dull your throttle and put the whole car into eco-friendly mode to get as many miles per gallon as you can. You'll probably say like a mile per gallon maybe, so not all about dulling the throttle personally. Stereo system. A little tinny, not as good as the one we had in our long-term Pilot, but it's still good. 0 to 60 times, Walkus, not exactly the car to be measuring that in if we're honest, but let's call it an 8-second car. 8.5, I'm making this up. It's a butt dyno number. Up here we have our home link. We have our electronic moonroof. Micah, great question. We'll go back to the economy button. So seriously though, you push this button, you get your economy indicator right there. See? It legitimately does what the economy button does in all the other Hondas. You're going to dull the throttle response. It's going to change the transmission shift points. Again, CVT, so shift points. And then it's going to change the climate control nature, so it's going to cut it back just a smidge. Basically, it takes everything, dulls it a little, so there's less strain on the powertrain to get more miles per gallon, basically. Anyway, we are going to wrap up here, and the reason's because we're going to go check out something for Motor Authority. But put in any final questions you have in the comments. We'll be sure to answer it. We'll have the car for the rest of the weekend. Be sure to read our full review of the 2017 Honda CR-V on the Car Connection. It's live right now, along with our first driving impressions. And Micah, how does it improve fuel economy? By dulling throttle response, by changing transmission shift points, and altering other characteristics in the vehicle, it will put less strain on the powertrain, and that is how you get better fuel economy. So if you're dulling your throttle response, you're asking for less power immediately off the line, right? You're changing shift points. That's all for the fuel economy. How much? A mile per gallon, maybe. I mean, really, we're not talking about life-changing fuel economy with the button. There is no CD player. Great question. This is 2017. No CD player. On that note, we are going to end. Again, Joel Feder with the Car Connection. Definitely check out our full review on thecarconnection.com, and have a great weekend. Thanks for tuning in.